Good Sunday morning and welcome to WGN TV Political Report. I'm Paul Lisnick. We begin this morning at City Hall, where a contentious couple of days led to chaos on the council floor. A group of alders tried to hold a meeting on a non-binding ballot referendum questioning Chicago's sanctuary city status, when an argument over whether enough members were in attendance stopped the debate.
As we don't have quorum, our options.
You are intentionally disenfranchising 3 black aldermen right now.
Well, meanwhile, residents have rebelled against plans to build temporary migrant base camps in their neighborhoods, and Mayor Johnson went to Washington to ask for help.
The $40 million that it's costing the city of Chicago every single month to provide care for these individuals who are seeking asylum, that is not sustainable.
Also delayed last week was a final vote to put the Bring Chicago Home ordinance on the March primary ballot. The referendum would give council members the power to change the city's real estate transfer tax structure. A graduated tax would raise rates for properties sold for more than $1 million. Sales under that $1 million mark, well, they'd see a slight decrease. The money would be earmarked specifically for programs to help Chicago's homeless population. Alderwoman Maria Hadden is the lead sponsor of that plan. Her 49th ward covers the northeastern corner of the city, including Rogers Park. Alderwoman, thanks for joining me. Good to talk to you.
Good to be here, Paul. Thank you.
So let's start with the Bring Chicago Home ordinance. Obviously, this was critical to Mayor Johnson's campaign promises. Activists have been working on it for a while. Supposed to be a vote this week. Are there more discussions going on now that might change the minds of critics and the business community that's concerned?
No further discussions for this part of the process. And I think, as you mentioned, advocates, the coalition, myself, several colleagues, Alderman Martin, Alderman Burnett, Ramirez-Rosa have been working on this for years, right? So, right now, what we passed in committee this week was the ballot referendum that we want to post to Chicago voters. So there's nothing that's going to change between now and the final vote that we'll be having in City Council on Tuesday for this. But after it goes to voters, right, we're looking for voters to say yes. And if the voters, if we get a majority vote on this referendum at the March 19th primary, then it has to come back to council, where I'm sure we'll have more discussion while we work on the final version of what those changes will look like.
So I'm old enough to remember when Governor Pritzker had put forth his graduated income tax plan for Illinois back in 2020. I'm sure you remember that as well. Yes. And it didn't pass. I mean, there was a huge messaging campaign, all sorts of efforts to go into it. We heard about dire consequences if it didn't pass, but it didn't. So what is your plan going forward with regard to this constitutional vote to keep it from having the same fate?
Right. I think the fair tax is a great parallel. I think when you bring that up, right, there were so many good things. I would like to say the 49th ward supported the fair tax, as did a few others. There are a lot of differences, and whenever it comes to discussions around taxes, even when they're not property taxes, the messaging can become difficult. But I'm confident with the information that we have, with so much work, years of work that we have had before getting to this point in City Hall. Once this passes council, we'll be taking this out of City Hall. We'll be taking it to the doors. There'll be a lot of door knocking, a lot of community engagement as we prepare to really educate voters so that they can have a fully educated opportunity to cast their ballot in March.
So I know you have faith in the voters of your ward. Do you have that similar faith in voters of the other 49 wards?
I do. I'll say with this issue in particular, especially as you mentioned, we're looking at a 3-tiered system. It can be complex to understand, but what I think Chicagoans are going to be met with is we all agree. I think a lot of folks, the majority, are going to agree that homelessness is an issue and that the city of Chicago needs to be able to do something about it. Yeah. We've got some great successful programs that we've been able to create that our city has done with COVID dollars. That money expires in 2025.
Okay, so go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to say, the question's really going to be, should Chicago be spending some more funds for homelessness, and are you willing to chip in a little bit more? And for 96% of property sales, they're going to have a decrease in the real estate transfer tax.
That'll be part of the marketing that'll go forward.
Yeah.
So in reading the language of the referendum, which I've done, and I know you're obviously involved in writing it, it says the revenue is going to be for the purpose of addressing homelessness, including permanent affordable housing, services necessary. So what does that look like moving forward? And especially given that the city currently has $200 million towards that effort, how's that getting used?
Sure. So it's currently being used. Like I'll say by the end of this year, there are 1,000 families that will have benefited from our rapid rehousing programs. We have rental assistance programs to help keep people in their homes. And then, of course, we have a lot of those funds. And when we talk about the $200 million, there are a lot of those funds that are COVID funds that are actually going to some things we normally don't have money for. And that's to some of the capital repairs and infrastructure. For instance, like a new shelter for a 40-year-old organization that's going here in my ward, right? So there's some funds for the big capital expenses that are one time. And that's one of the ways we've been using these COVID funds. But what we're looking at for the ongoing services is actually like the rapid rehousing. So like currently what we're planning for in the 2024 budget, it seems like a lot of money, but it's going to only be able to serve about 400 people.
Okay, let me turn to migrants with you while we have a couple of minutes left.
Sure.
Major discontent on the city council floor this past week over the issue. Some alders were telling WGN that floor leader Carlos Ramirez Rosa blocked debate by telling members not to show up. You were not present at that meeting, but what's your take on what was going on?
Sure. So it's been hard. I think we've had almost 2 city council meetings a week for the last several weeks. I had some family medical appointments yesterday that I did not want to reschedule for this meeting in particular, which is why I wasn't there. It's people want to be heard. And I think, to your point, there's a lot of strong feelings, a lot of discontent around the city's response and the lack of federal government response, right, to the migrant issue. No one feels good about individuals, children being forced to sleep outside, sleep on police floors, right? And we know we need a solution. What you're seeing play out in council is a frustration about what that solution should be and frankly, who's responsible for it, right? So a debate over this question, right, about sanctuary cities. I understand it's one way that some people want to be doing something proactive, but I'll say it's completely immaterial to what we can do or can change about how we're addressing the solution, right? Our sanctuary city status has no standing at all on whether Governor Abbott's going to continue to send people here or on what the city does. But we do need to have a pretty, I think, fulsome debate and continue to do so in our committees and in council about the appropriate response for the migrant crisis.
I've got just about 15 seconds for this answer, but your thoughts on the tented communities that is the plan?
I'm not happy about it. It might be the best solution that we have. But I'm glad that the mayor's office is continuing to look at physical facilities to house people.
All right. It's a complex issue. We're going to stay in touch with you on it because it's not going away anytime soon. Alderwoman Maria Hadden, thank you for your time this morning. Have a good Sunday, and we'll catch up again soon. Thank you.
Take care.
All right, we're going to take our first break. Coming up next on WGN TV Political Report.
The power went to his head, and he began to misuse the power for personal benefit.
A trial 5 years in the making. Ed Burke's corruption case finally goes in front of a jury. Starts tomorrow. The rise and fall of Chicago's once most powerful public servant when we come back.